Sad story,
Yep.
right, man? Right here, man.
Oh my
Firefighter
God,
arrested in case involving twin brothers, 19 who were found dead on Georgia mountain. Who's
bro.
starting it off?
I don't understand how this wasn't making the rounds. We get was that Abby, that little blonde chick who got killed by her boyfriend when they were doing their cross country road trip. And now they got like I don't know how many miniseries about the whole situation. But these two twin boys, you know, end up on the mountainside dead, and nobody knows nothing.
Well, you know why?
I know why, but I'm still saying that's why I wanted to bring it up. To give a little shine, extra shine to it because it hasn't made the rounds the way
And
it should.
it's so crazy how quickly they root it as a suicide
That
murder.
that part,
And
Hmm.
these kids never in their life even spoke of the location that they were at.
yeah,
Never
Right,
even knew this place existed.
right,
right.
And it's two brothers, so we ain't gonna be up there anyway.
right.
So why
And
are we up there and we're at the peak of our life?
and
Yeah,
a place that's said to be a fucking sundown town.
Come on now. Come
yeah,
on, brother. They
Wow.
didn't get saved. Someone
and
led them to that shit. The bullhole they call it, man.
the firefighter got caught. He took photos of the shit and was sending them out. I was like, yeah, man, he should be arrested. Doing that
It's
stupid
probably
shit.
there's probably
We
a
need to stop
trophy.
that fighter talk shit. Because this motherfucker was a volunteer. This nigga had a real job doing something else. He wasn't no goddamn fireman.
Ooh, got
Just
it,
because you
got it.
cosplay with turnout gear don't make you a goddamn fireman.
Hey,
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 that boy
I'm
got
gonna
mad.
double down, old man, because when I got on as a volunteer for junior in Smith Grove, Davie County, North Carolina, Ku Klux Klan, they call it God's country. I had a KKK application in my locker, day one.
Yeah, sound about
Crazy.
right. Yeah, that sound about right. But sorry about that. Didn't mean to offend that you volunteer. Got to make sure
And
I
so
put that
those
out the record.
volunteer dudes,
That
they be on a
volunteer dude out
whole
there.
different ball game down south, buddy.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess he
Yeah,
don't
man, I
understand
about
how
to move
technology
there.
works.
I need you to speak better.
Oh, I'm
Sorry,
just
Miss
keeping it
Kiki.
hot.
Shit.
Just giving you
Just
fair
stay away
warning.
from the mountains, baby. Stay away from
That's
the mountains.
all.
You'll be okay.
Stay in the valley. Stay in the
Stay in the
valley.
valley. Stay away from the
Yeah, but
mountains.
them babies was young, what,
Hmm.
19 years old, 90 something miles away from home in a mountain and being black, and they were leaving the next day to go somewhere, and y'all trying to rule it as a suicide?
Tell him
Murder,
this, Kiki.
suicide,
Like
murder,
somebody
suicide.
got to make that make sense. So we gonna go up to the mountain, look at each other, and shoot each other. Y'all can kiss my ass.
I'll
With
make it
flight
make
tickets in
sense.
their pocket.
This is
Make him
we
tell
talking
him about
about
the gun line, boss.
we
Hmm.
talking about these are the MAGA years. And if you look at the comment
Uh,
section of any time that if any article that deals with black kids dying, uh, these motherfuckers act like somebody didn't solve the pre-crime.
Right,
Like they're taking care of like a future problem. And
right.
that's the reason why none of this makes the news is
They
because
probably shouldn't have.
90% of the white people out there that voted for MAGA think that somebody did a good deed.
hmm.
Yeah,
That's a,
that's
that's a
it.
perspective. That is
That's
a perspective, man. I
that's
like
a,
it.
on the first 48 is a long time ago.
Mm.
I want to say probably like a decade or so. They were talking about the KKK had a member on there, and what their agenda was basically to take men out 13 and up, and they were training for it somewhere. And like just to see this shit, like it's pretty much happening, and it was he said it.
I'm gonna get blamed for this shit. I know it. I know it.
It's your fault. Your
Oh
single
It
my
is
vote.
your
bad.
fault, man. Yeah, that's all you, man. Sauce MAGA. That's you, man. All you, man. You in the comments. That's you.
I can't escape it. I'm sorry.
Your hands got blood on them. Your vote got blood on it.
Check your hands after you cast your
I
ballot.
told my
Yeah,
wife today I'm probably not voting again.
You shouldn't. You're irresponsible.
very. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with it.
So what about that
Sorry.
whole thing where it doesn't matter who you vote for as long as I vote because my ancestors fought for the right to vote?
Stop listening
I
That's
to
don't know,
some
Diddy.
man.
bullshit right
That's just yeah.
Look
That's
at
all,
that
man.
shit.
Nobody believe that
Look
shit.
at Sully.
there. What?
Nobody
Look
believe
at
that
Sully.
shit.
Yo, they rolling in their graves right now, bro.
Like this motherfucker here, really?
Facts.
Um, let me just say this, man. You never know what's going on in people's lives, but We can clearly see by looking at these young men that these weren't two disturbed individuals who were unhappy. I believe what the family is saying that they had plans for their lives. They were on their way to Boston to see friends, man. And my wife said something about an Uber driver. I got to dig a little bit deeper into the story, but it's just amazing how when these stories come up, they solve these motherfuckers so quickly. Up, it was a murder suicide. There was two incidents when about these police officers. They arrested somebody black. I don't know. I think one was a teen, one might have been an adult, but either way, they ended up they ended up shot in the head in the back of the cruiser, and they were handcuffed. But yet the shit was ruled a fucking suicide. Their
Mhm.
hands were cuffed behind their back, and they like, oh man, well they must have had a gun hitting them. But okay, let's just go with that. But their hands were handcuffed behind their back. The young brother that was rolled up in the fucking gym mat. We still don't know what the fuck happened to him except for all his organs was gone.
It's missing. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The gay brother that was from Atlanta who was going out to California. You know what I'm saying? And they found him out in the desert, and I want to say Arizona, with his eyes gouged out and his organs missing. And I think it was his fiance, the dude. He didn't hear from him for like 2 months, and they found his body, his remains, with his fucking organs missing. It's too many stories of these murders, and they just solve them up. It was this. Like you're not throwing people off the case. Nobody is believing that these two young boys who had plane tickets decided to go 80 miles away from the airport they was leaving from and shoot one, and then he shoot himself in the head. It just doesn't make sense.
First of
I
all, I can't kill my brother like this. We gonna plan to kill each other.
Right.
it is
Right.
it just stinks. That's all. It stinks,
Yeah.
man. None of this
Yeah.
shit makes sense. And yeah, they just always trying to sweep it up under the rug. And we got all these so-called political figures or whatever, and this is when I would really like for them to stand tall and like keep this shit up, and but nah, but everything is pretty much about Papa Lon and Trump. Dudes, these type of stories get buried in the news cycle because of all the crazy shit that's going on.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I'm just glad they couldn't find a photo of these kids in anything else besides
their
Graduate.
graduation,
graduation
yeah,
gowns. You know,
with the
because
gold teeth and what was that?
Yeah.
What you call it? Trayvon have some
Oh man.
iced tea
A
and
fucking do
yeah,
rag and gold
ice.
teeth and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you can't
Skittles
even get a
and
snack from a fucking
Skittles.
corner store
Yeah,
without them
Skittles and
saying
yeah,
that you making super nigga potion.
right. Yeah. You
Think
know
about
that
that.
when you mix
Because
Arizona iced tea and Skittles,
yeah, they
it's
turn super. They
it's
turn super.
it's actually the formula for gamma
oh,
radiation will turn you into the Hulk.
Hmm.
Man, don't
Yeah,
nobody believe that shit. And it's sad because they make a mockery out of these young brothers' deaths, but then they want you to bend over backwards to cry and feel sorry for them when it's one of theirs. Like, it's just it's sad, man. These two young brothers, man, and you look at them, they had the whole world in front of them, and they had nothing but hope and possibility in their eyes. And that's how their story ends. Murder, suicide. That's a mockery, man.
all right, all right, old man.
fact.